Fidget spinners. That trend is over, luckily. But you know what trend isn't over? Angular momentum. Yeah, that shit's here to stay. And that is the principle that will now allow us to enjoy the ultra pointless destruction of various items via a giant reinforced concrete fidget spinner. So, just in case you didn't see my last video,
Previously on Crate Doing Things.
my daughter wanted a fidget spinner, one from the shop, like normal people, but I thought it'd be best if I made a reinforced concrete one instead. So I scaled up the shape, created a mold, fitted a bearing into some steel mesh to reinforce it, played with the fire, and then poured in some high strength concrete. The resulting concrete fidget spinner turned out better than I thought, but consequently was too dangerous for her to play with, or any humans for that matter to actually go near. Now I had noticed that the fidget spinner shape seems quite optimised for smashing into stuff, and this made me think, how would the concrete fidget spinner handle smashing into stuff? Now to put it to the test, I've gathered up some items that hopefully won't actually destroy the concrete wheel of death, but should still be fun. Now concrete is great for buildings, pavers, or weighing down a dead body in a river, but it's generally not meant to be used as a high-speed flywheel, which is essentially what this is. So to protect myself from a chunk of concrete flying at my head, I've run a series of pulleys so I'm not in line with its rotation, and I've also enclosed it within the shed. And on top of that, I'm wearing a helmet and visor, just to be safe. Now feeding this thing various objects is about as safe as hand feeding a T-Rex. So to remotely push in food, I've thrown together this concrete fidget spinner nom nom feeder. Okay, let's get into it. I've spooled up the rope around the bearing cage and I'm ready to run it out. Just to test the waters, we'll kick things off with a pressurized pet bottle. I run the rope out, getting the spinner up to a decent speed, and then activate the nom nom feeder. Boom, it eats it up, no worries. Zero are given as the rotational mass gives it a concrete high five. Okay, let's get into some bigger objects. An air conditioner fascia. I run down the side of the shed, dragging a rope like a madman, spooling up the fidget spinner to speed, and the feeder slides it in. Kaboom! Beautifully shredded, and it kicks it into the back wall. Good luck to me keeping my house cool this summer. Looks like the spinner has quite an appetite. Now let's see how a large car tail light holds up. Disappointing, it's grazed off the front of it, but it's managed to get a second punch in there, sending debris flying. Now let's have another crack at it, sending it in sideways. And slam, that is obliterated. On the slow-mo, we can see one of the arms of the spinner catches an edge and sends it in for a devastating blow. And from another angle, yeah, smashing things is fun. Okay, let's see what other offerings we have for the concrete fidget spinner gods. A large storage container. Now on the slow-mo, you can see him chomping through the middle. Nom 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 nom. On Monday, the very hungry concrete fidget spinner ate through one large blue storage container, but he was still hungry. Let's go another large storage tub. It's eating it like my kids eat toast, munching right through the middle, leaving the crust behind. This time I've offset the box slightly to see if it munches down the side. And so much fun to watch in slow motion. Yeah, that'll teach you for being a box. I'm going to mix it up this time around. We have some various plastics, tail light remnants, and a cable reel. Bang, it's gone! Like my neighbour's cats from my backyard for a while there, until they came back. Oh, it's rejected the tail light like pineapple on a pizza, and he's gone straight back in for dessert. Of the items collected, I've been looking forward to this one, a kid's ride-on quad bike. Sending it into the concrete spinner nose first. Oh, the speed of the spin didn't allow it to grab on. Boom! On that initial impact, parts fly like they're in zero gravity. And lowrider style, it starts jumping up and down like a bouncing car. and check out how it's melted the nose of the bike. Let's try that again, this time sending it in sideways. I give it a nice big spool up, but there's a problem. The rope is snagged on the end of the bearing cage, instantly winding the rope back up. I partly allowed for this, making sure the rope could run out freely through the pulleys and not pull the fence down. However, I didn't allow for its effect on me. The rope stopped and retracted so hard and quick it almost pulled me off my feet, and it slashed up and burnt through my glove. After some ice on my hand and with what's left of my shoulder, we're back at it, sending the bike in sideways. Based on the sound, I thought the fidget spinner was done for, but apparently it's as resilient as Kristen when I tell her I'm going to spend the whole weekend casting a concrete fidget spinner. Bang, it starts savaging its side. After his initial serve, it looks like he's done, but no, he goes in for another helping and spits it out the back. A nice 180 on the bike there. Ooh, it just looks so painful. That last big blow washes off some energy on the spinner. Now, just to see how it behaves with some entanglement, I've wrapped a sheet around a storage box. And whee! The box goes for a ride. Has a little nibble at it, and flips it over. Debris goes through the shed. And the sheet has brought him to a stop. And now it kind of looks like a 4-year-old who's tried to put a t-shirt on by himself for the first time. In running out of things I can smash, for now I've prepared his final meal, which is a bunch of leftovers. The rope spools up the concrete fidget spinner to speed, and I feed it in. Yeah! Rotational inertia, bitch! And the thing I think is so cool about this is that there's no engine powering it. This is purely the energy of me running 10 meters, so elegantly transferred into a kid's bike that had it coming. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. In conclusion, smashing things is fun. My wife ended up buying my daughter a fidget spinner from the shop. I've got about 20 kilos of concrete I have to get a tip pass to get rid of. Solving things, yeah! Actually, if you did miss it, check out the previous video where I showed you how to make this, but don't actually make this, but you know, if you're kind of interested in how, that's how you do it. Don't do it. My name's Craig Turner, the YouTube channel is Turner81. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you next time.